You know, the whole AI ecosystem can feel like you're staring at a giant thousand-piece puzzle. You've got all these amazing pieces, powerful models, specialized software, custom hardware, but getting them to actually fit together, that can be a real struggle. But what if the puzzle could literally build itself? Well, today we're diving into the world of AI agents. These are systems that don't just solve problems, they build the entire solution from the ground up. Let's get to it. Right. This is the million-dollar question for pretty much everyone in the space. How do you take all these incredible but separate AI tools and make them work together like a well-oiled machine? Without needing a massive team of engineers to manually connect every single wire. That's the exact problem we're going to tackle. So, here's our game plan for today. We're going to start by solving that AI puzzle and see what an agent really is compared to the models we're used to. Then we'll peek inside its toolkit. After that, we'll see it all in action with a real-world insurance claim example. And finally, we'll look at what this agentic future really means.
All right, let's start putting those puzzle pieces together. And the piece that connects everything is this idea of agentic AI. It's what lets us go from a jumble of parts to a smart, fully integrated system that just works.
Okay, this is probably the most important thing to get. An AI agent isn't just another clever model. Think of it more like a master coordinator or maybe a project manager. It's a system that can look at a big picture goal and then, all by itself, figure out the best tools for the job, whether that's a language model, a specific piece of hardware, or some other software, and then it orchestrates all of them to get the job done. And when you let the system run itself like this, the benefits are huge. By automating all that messy integration work, decisions and predictions become way more accurate. Naturally, that lowers your operational costs. But the biggest win? It frees up your human experts from doing all the tedious manual stuff, so they can focus on the big picture. And that just sends productivity through the roof. But to really appreciate just how big a deal this is, we need to put these agents side by side with the kind of AI models we're all familiar with. Because this isn't just a small step up. It's a totally new way of thinking about intelligence. This definition really nails it. See, an AI agent isn't just passively waiting for you to give it a prompt. It starts with a goal. It understands the situation, it remembers what it did before so it can learn, and this is the big one. It can actually create and then carry out a complex multi-step plan all on its own. This really makes the difference pop. Traditional AI is reactive. You give it an instruction, it gives you an output. Simple. But AI agents, they're proactive. You give them a high-level goal, like file this insurance claim, and they take the initiative to figure out every single step needed to make that happen, from start to finish. So how on earth do these agents manage to execute such complicated plans? Well, the secret is they don't work in a vacuum. They're designed to tap into a whole ecosystem of digital tools to get things done. I mean, just look at the toolkit at its disposal. An agent can call out to a cloud service, pull information from a database, or run a piece of software on a local machine. But here's the really cool part. It can even go super deep and talk directly to the firmware on a hardware accelerator card. That low-level control is like a secret weapon for optimizing performance on very specific tasks. And this is where things get really, really powerful. Agents can delegate work. If a task comes up that requires a very specific skill it doesn't have, it can just hand that job off to another agent that's an expert in that area. It's like having an automated project manager that can assemble a dream team of specialists in milliseconds. Okay, that's enough theory for now. Let's see what this actually looks like in the real world. We're going to follow an AI agent as it takes on a pretty complex job, processing a car insurance claim from the moment it comes in to the moment it's resolved. So let's meet our hero, the AI claim agent. The best way to think about it is as a super efficient project manager. Its one and only mission is to process this new claim as accurately and as quickly as possible. The goal has been set. Now let's watch it work. So, what's the first thing any good project manager does? They don't just start randomly doing things. They make a plan. Our agent takes the big, messy goal of process this claim and breaks it down into a logical, step-by-step workflow. And here's the plan it comes up with. First up, it's got to read and understand the claim itself. Then it'll match those details to the customer's actual policy. Next, it needs to look at the photos to assess the damage. After that, a super important fraud check. And finally, it logs everything for the record books and gets ready to talk to the client. It's a perfect end-to-end process.
Now let's zoom in because this is where the magic really happens. For step 2, policy matching, the agent says, aha, this sounds like a job for a large language model. But here's the clever part. It doesn't just run it anywhere. It scans the network, finds a specialized accelerator card that's built for running LLMs, and sends the task directly to that piece of hardware. This is way faster and more efficient than bogging down a general processor.
Okay, now look at the fraud detection step. The agent again finds a dedicated card that's perfect for this. But instead of going through all the normal software layers, it communicates directly with the card's firmware. Think of it like a secret direct access lane that cuts out all the traffic. It's an incredibly slick optimization that makes the process lightning fast. So what about that last very human step, talking to the customer? Well, our claim agent is a data whiz. It's all about logic and analysis. It's the analytics department, not the customer service desk. So it does the smart thing. It delegates. It hands off the final results to a completely different specialized agent, a client interaction agent that's built from the ground up for clear, empathetic communication. So that was just a single automated process. Now let's zoom all the way out and think about the really big picture here. What does this agentic future actually mean for all of us? This quote just nails it. The real power here isn't thinking of AI as one single giant brain. It's about seeing all the individual components, the agents, the models, the hardware, as a box of high-tech building blocks. Blocks that can be assembled in countless ways to solve real-world problems. So, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. Agentic AI is not about building a single, all-knowing superintelligence. It's about building an automated team of digital specialists. Each one is an expert in its own field, and they're all coordinated to work together and tackle really complex challenges. And that really leaves us with one final massive question. We just saw how one single business process can be totally transformed. So what happens when we unleash these autonomous teams of AI agents on entire industries? What could this mean for finance, for manufacturing, for healthcare? The possibilities are honestly staggering. Thanks for digging into this with us today.